first guest has been named the Queen of Biscuits from everyone, from the Travel Channel to the New York Times to Cameron Matheson and everybody in between. Today she's here to share all of her secrets. We're pretty jacked about this. Please welcome Regina Charboneau. Welcome, Regina.
Thanks.
The Queen. The Queen, that's right. You can call her Her Majesty,
Yes.
however you choose. Debbie,
that's
Paige,
fine.
and Ken.
Yes.
You guys get to enjoy.
Wow.
So excited.
Royal biscuits in front of you, right there,
Really?
right now.
Thank you.
Now, Regina, you're known for bringing the taste of the South everywhere you go, and I know you really have cooked in some pretty amazing, extraordinary places around the planet. Tell us about some.
Well, I grew up in Natchez, Mississippi, and have come full circle, but I went to several Southern universities. I had a better time at each one.
Good for
I was my parents' dream child, and then my senior year of college, I went to Alaska and was going to work to save money for college, and I took a job at a construction camp cooking for 8 men. That went over really well with my very Natchez mother, and I ended up cooking, saving money, and went to school in Paris. And
Oh my God.
so
Alaska
yes,
to Paris, and Natchez
many
is actually
years ago, yeah.
Yeah, is actually the biscuit capital of America,
world.
if
Yes,
not the world.
of the world,
And it took
yeah.
you going all the way to Paris before you started really perfecting your biscuits.
Isn't that
correct?
crazy? Yeah, I grew up eating biscuits my whole life, and my mother was an amazing mother. But if she made biscuits, it was the pop of a can, and then you would smell burn. And my chef friends in Paris wanted me to make them. And really, this recipe was created in Paris over 40 years ago.
Well, that's
And
what we
then I've
want to
kind
hear.
of
And now we're going to learn how to
perfected
do it.
it,
Let's
yeah.
dive right in. Okay, we
Okay.
have got our dry ingredients, or at least some of them already
Yes.
in the mixer bowl here. What else are we going to add here? What am I
And
putting in?
so all-purpose flour.
Okay.
A quarter, and the recipe will be online.
Yeah,
so you've got
exactly right.
Sugar, baking powder.
Very
it's
good.
a lot of typical ingredients, but what's different is I use 1 part butter and 3
that
parts
cold?
margarine. It's cold, and the butter is cut into small pieces.
Cut into small pieces, and
And
3
the-
parts margarine.
Why
So
parts
one part,
margarine and butter?
Yeah, why do you
Well,
want to do that?
If you use, and people ask me this all the time, they say, you know, why can't I use?
I'll put it in.
Go ahead and
You
do
ahead, you
that.
talk, I'll do this.
Why don't you use all butter? If you use all butter, you're going to end up with shortbread. It's going to be very short. Margarine is what you use to make it flaky, and it's very important to have big chunks of the margarine. You don't want it overmixed.
This is all good stuff. Now some
And
buttermilk.
now you're pouring the buttermilk. You put
Okay.
everything in the mixer.
Everything in here, and then we
Yes.
turn it on.
And then you're going to lower it.
Okay, here we go. We got
now,
that. Lock
for,
that in.
the tea towel technique that you're going to learn, the
Yeah.
other use of a tea towel is a chef that wears a lot of black. You kind of always protect your clothes.
I found that out the hard way a few times, Regina.
Right. So we're counting to 10.
Oh, just
You've got
10
it under
seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Boom.
You don't want to overmix because what we're doing, let's see, just
I got you. Yeah,
let's
can I do
just
this?
Put it, yeah, let's
Have I
put it-
messed up already, Regina?
No, you're doing good. Let's
Okay,
put a
good,
little
good,
flour. Just dump it on.
There we go. There you go.
You did leave a lot of dough on the table.
I'll
but,
work on that.
yeah,
I'll do that while
pull
you
it
start over here.
There you go. Give me
Here
the
we go.
dough.
Now, talk about
And
what you're doing
what
right
we're doing
here.
now, I'm just pulling the dough together. Now, the Southern belle in me, I don't like getting my hands full of dough and dirty. So,
Wow, okay.
no,
Is
so
that
the
what
tea
the tea
towel
towel's
is
about?
great. No, no. It really is
It
multi-use.
functions like that, too.
It functions like that, but the tea towel prevents you from handling the dough so much so that fat is staying cold. And you're going to have a flakier biscuit.
Isn't that
So,
smart?
Yeah.
The butter, right?
Yeah.
The heat from
So
the
look,
body.
now the other thing that
Yeah.
people make another mistake about making biscuits, they want to flour the rolling pin. It does no good. You flour the fat. And
Okay.
when you flour the fat, it won't stick.
That's good to
So
know.
what I'm going to do is you're going to roll it, and I'm going to show you this, and you're going to do the next. We do this 8 times. Now look, it seems really dry and not very well
Well, it
put
doesn't seem
together.
well mixed. I feel
Right.
like I should put it back in the mixer.
Well, you and my sister Michelle, who made that mistake, who wouldn't listen to. I have 5 sisters. so
I'm
I
gonna
have
listen to you.
I
You
get
are
a lot of
royalty, after all.
advice with 5 sisters. But anyway.
Okay.
So what's going to happen is we actually are mixing it.
Making layers.
And we're making exactly. So when
Can
you
we
do
see
this, you
everybody at the
roll and
counter and how
fold.
mesmerized they are right now?
Yeah.
Well, I make drop biscuits every weekend, and Regina said you will never, ever make drop
Yes.
biscuits again.
Nope, and
Well,
it gets
Cameron-
easier with time, you know, the more you do it. So, but
Beautiful.
look, do you see that? You
I
want
do.
that ribbon effect, so we're creating layers. And think
Okay.
about it, when you do this
Oh.
8 times, so you press the air out just a little. You don't have to overwork it. You don't have to overanalyze this. Just do that, turn it,
And then roll again? You want me
and
to try
roll
one?
again? Yeah, I do. And look,
Okay.
even if I flip it over,
goodness,
you've got a little more.
beautiful.
And what's going to happen, and you'll see because I've got one ready to go after you do this one.
Beautiful. Well, yeah,
While
exactly.
Cameron rolls that out,
Yes,
I'm
please.
going to
Yes.
talk to you about. You're basically the unofficial, or I'm just say the official super fan of Natchez.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you say Natchez? Your hometown is such
You
an
know,
undiscovered gem of the
I
South.
think you don't know what you have until you leave, I think. And it's just such a special place. It's on the Mississippi River. And one great way to get there is on the American Queen Riverboat. I created their menus and coming in on the river, but we're 3 hours from New Orleans. We're upriver from New Orleans.
You did a great job.
Yes, I'm very proud man behind you.
Very.
Did he roll it? He folded it as well.
Yes.
You missed that.
Good job.
Thank you very much.
Good job.
We'll move this guy aside and we'll
So-
bring out the ones that's already done
Yeah,
there.
and you'll see how it comes together.
Okay.
And how smooth the dough is.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
And so you fix it, you want it about an inch thick. And then, but about Natchez, it's, you know, it's a small town, but we have more historic homes in Savannah and Charleston.
Wow, then it must be beautiful.
It's beautiful. Y'all need to come to a show there. That's what I think.
I know,
I
that's
love
pretty
you.
amazing.
But you're all
It's one of the most
welcome to come
beautiful
visit me.
places I've ever seen.
I'm the best hostess there, and I'll
I
feed
bet you
well.
are.
And the
Yes,
best
you will.
So,
Now, how about this, everybody?
do you see all of those layers?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. There are all sorts of layers, and we put that on a
Yeah.
tray right here. And the idea is we now, after we cut out a few, as you're doing that, I'll
Yes.
tell everybody, we put it in the freezer, right? We freeze these
Yes.
first, which is amazing. And while you're doing that, I know I've got to put these in.
And they have to be baked frozen.
Oh,
To really get, because think about the science of it. If you put them warm or room temperature into the pan, into the oven, they're going to spread out all that fat, because there's a lot of fat in them. And
I'm going to do a little swap out for you, just
Great.
to keep
There's
things
a
moving.
lot
I
of fat
almost
in a
lost my
pie.
biscuits.
But like you said, if you put flour, the fat won't stick. So I'm thinking if I put flour myself and I eat them, the fat's not going to stick.
absolutely.
I heard you. You said it.
I
You said it,
did.
Regina.
I said it. So frozen solid and in an ungreased baking tin, because of course there's plenty of, you don't need a little more ham or fat, but anyway, so they go right into the oven like that.
Okay.
And
You're right. This is brilliant. From a quick Saturday morning breakfast point of view,
Yes.
forget my drop biscuits.
There you
are the
go.
queen.
I knew you
From
were
someone
coming
from
around.
Savannah, Georgia, I tip my hat to the ladies.
All right.
Yes.
And I brought you a tea towel with the recipe on it that I'll give you to take.
I love you more now
beautiful.
than ever.
And I'm easy to get a hold. People call me on my cell phone all the time when they're cooking Thanksgiving.
Don't give out
so-
your
Well,
Yeah, don't kill
Don't
me.
call
I'm
your
not
name
doing.
right
I'm
now.
not doing.
We're going to put your
Everybody's
phone
got
number
it.
on our website.
Yeah, just call me. Call me any problems. Yes.
Ta-da! What temperature for how long were these in there?
350 degrees, 23 to 25 minutes.
They're phenomenal.
Yes.
Dig in, Cameron.
Okay, we're going in.
And yeah.
And as always, you
And-
can grab this phenomenal recipe at hallmarkchannel.com.